According to NASA, a solar flare from the Sun is going to hit our Earth in 2025. Like the magnetic field of our Earth can't stop it. The power of this solar flare from the Sun will be equal to millions of billions of atomic bombs, in front of which it will be almost impossible for the Earth to survive. And then soon this Earth will end. When it comes to the dangerous solar flare, then 163 years ago, a similar solar flare has hit this Earth. On September 1st, 1859, when Richard Christopher Caff, the British astronomer, was watching the movement of the Sun at 11:18 in the morning, then suddenly there was a bright flash of light in his telescope. So Richard doesn't see anything for about 5 minutes. Richard thought a comet might have passed before his eyes, because of which they ignored it. But this mistake of his went on to become a big threat to the world. Actually, the flash he saw was not a comet, but a powerful solar flare from the Sun, which had already moved towards the Earth at the speed of hundreds of kilometers per hour. And then, the day after the accident, on September 2nd, 1859, as the solar flare collided with the Earth's magnetic field. So around the Earth, light of different colors began to appear, looking as if someone had filled the sky with many colors. The brightness of these colors was so great that the night was like day. And the most interesting thing was that on that night, the American gold miner had understood the day and had activated his gold mining work. However, as the charged particles in the solar flare entered Earth's orbit, the electrical transformer poles and towers caught fire, and the telegraphic system of all the companies was shut down. And not only that, the dangerous electric currents flowing in the electrical devices also caused dangerous electric shocks to the people, due to which thousands of people lost their lives. More than 30,000 people died in a few hours. In some places, the current flow in electrical objects became so fast that the electrical devices started to run on their own even when the current was switched off. Because as the solar flare got stronger, the world went into darkness. Now you must be thinking that I said in the beginning that the Earth will be completely destroyed due to the strong solar flare. So why it didn't happen here is because the solar storm that hit the Earth in 1859 was not that strong. Also, electricity was invented at that time. It had been a while. While in the present era, almost the whole world runs on electricity. Now, talking about the solar flare coming in 2025, there is something to be noticed about it. According to NASA, the solar flare of 2025 is going to be about 100 times bigger than the solar flare of 1859. But if compared in terms of energy, it will put a factor of 1,000 times higher than a solar flare on Earth, which is dangerous for us, but NASA is also very curious about it. This is the reason why NASA has launched the Advanced Solar Probe for studies of solar radiation, but the problem here is that by the time this satellite detects the solar flare and transmits its data to us, we will have only 30 minutes to save. This is the reason why NASA has launched the Advanced Solar Probe for studies of solar radiation, but the problem here is that by the time this satellite detects the solar flare and transmits its data to us, we will have only 30 minutes to save. Well, it doesn't happen all the time. The Sun's polarity reverses itself every 11 years, which means that a solar flare like this happens every 11 years in our solar system. The last time a solar flare hit our Earth was in 2014, and this time it will hit our Earth in 2025. And this time, its density is so high that we will almost see destruction on Earth. When a solar storm moves toward Earth, it first encounters the Earth's magnetic field, after which its charged particles will destroy the satellite orbiting the Earth, after which the pieces of these satellites will start falling on our Earth. Seeing them, it will be as if a comet is raining on our Earth. This gives you an idea of how dangerous satellite fragments can be. That if a big piece of the satellite falls on the ground, then the energy coming out of it can destroy a country like Pakistan in a few moments. So what will happen to us with the energy coming out of 5,500 satellite pieces? We cannot even imagine it. Let's assume that we survive with satellite fragments. But the high currents generated by geomagnetic storms will burn out every small and large electric appliance on Earth, after which the electricity will go off, and the biggest problem will be that the public transport will stop and 20 to 35 million people who travel every day will stop in the middle. And at the same time, those who travel in private vehicles will also stop because the traffic signals will not work. This will increase accidents and create emergency situations. The emergency services will also be affected by the solar storm, after which the hospital devices will also be shut down. I don't know how many people will die after that. The damage will also be seen in the elevator because the elevator will be closed, because at that time, the people who were present in the elevator will remain imprisoned inside the elevator and many people will die. It will also have a very bad effect on the national economy of the whole world, because everything in the world is connected with electricity. We will be able to recover this loss when we are alive, because it is believed that this solar storm will destroy the life of the Earth and leave it, in which the lives of the animals will be lost, as well as we humans will also get a fatal disease. Along with the defense system of our body will also become weak, because of which we will become the home of bacteria and viruses. Hospitals will be useful at that time, otherwise diseases will wipe out people on a large scale. Now the question is whether this will actually happen. As far as history is concerned, life has not ended like this in history, but on the contrary, trees, animals, and humans have definitely evolved, which in a way shows that this accident can be both good and bad for us in a way. So give your opinion, what you say about it, how much it will harm us in 2025. By commenting, you must tell us. If you like the video, please share and like and subscribe the video.